Hi. I have stopped and started and re-recorded this intro 87 times because the truth is I woke up in a mood, like a complete total mood. And I think it's because I have to go back to work tomorrow, and call me a brat, call me whatever you want. I don't care. First world problems I've had off the last 2 weeks because I stockpiled my own PTO time that I earned after working there 20 some years, but I digress. I'm just like sad. Like I just want to be home with my family and like enjoy, just living, not being behind a computer 8 hours a day. I like my job. I love the people I work with. I'm just sad. And I'm anxious because, I'm already going through the mental Rolodex of things that I have to do. Nonetheless, it is an Eagle Sunday and I'm making cheesesteak Strombolis. There's a ton of variations of what you can do with this. Today we're doing ours with onions and American cheese. American cheese is my go-to for cheesesteaks. I love the way that it melts. But most importantly is the meat. The meat is the most important part of a cheesesteak. I went to, I did, Colonial, and I got chip steak, which is ribeye, thinly cut. So I got 1.5 pounds. There's 3 of us. I'm probably not going to use all of this in the cheesesteak, but Josh loves to take this for work, just the meat and the cheese left over. That's it. Let's get started. As I'm getting ready to make the onions, I realized I didn't tell you, you need dough. I use the Trader Joe's pizza dough. These are still cold. I've done this a million times from cold and they're perfectly fine. I'll start with a little bit of olive oil, my onions, salt, pepper. The onions are done. I want to show you the ribeye. This is partially frozen. They cut it to order. Sometimes they have some frozen in the back, but you want it nice and ice cold. The reason being, as soon as you put this meat into the pan, it's gonna burst with like the water and the condensation. It's gonna keep your steak really, really, really tender. This is freshly shaved ribeye. So I've got that meat. You hear that? That's because of that semi-frozen. And I do these in kind of like little stages here. Salt and pepper. See how fast that starts to cook? And then as it cooks more, I scoot it to the side and I'll add more. And I'll season it at every layer. You can start to stir everything together, and we're cooking this until it's just cooked through. I'll use my tongs here and kind of pull it apart. I don't want like huge pieces because then when you bite into it, I don't know. I just like my cheesesteak a little bit more shredded. If I was making cheesesteaks, at this point, I would add my American cheese. Since I'm doing the cheesesteak Stromboli, I'm just going to take this off to the side to let this cool down a little bit before I add it to my dough. Putting the meat down. You don't want it too thick because it's got to roll. If you have too much in there, it won't. I've got my meat layered all over the top. If you want, you could add cherry peppers to this. You can add not green peppers. They don't, sliced green peppers don't belong in Philly cheesesteaks. I'm sorry. My oven is preheated to 425 degrees. We're doing a layer of American cheese. My last Stromboli video, a lot of people commented asking, not necessarily asking, but just taking note that like it was rolled. They were like, oh, that's a, different take on Stromboli. It's not. Maybe, I don't know if it's a regional thing, but Strombolis are rolled. Calzones are folded over. I think 2 pizza places probably, it's a little bit easier to do the folded over, but Strombolis are rolled. All the meat and cheese is here, and now I'll take the edge closest to me. Just make sure it's not stuck to the counter. We're gonna roll this, like I said. Don't worry about stuff falling out on the end. We'll deal with that later if it happens. Once I get to here, I put a little bit of water in then I fold it over and that seals it. And then for the end, kind of pull it out, fold it over and pinch everything together. Put this seam side down on a pan that I have a little bit of olive oil on. Okay. I'm gonna brush with my hand, a little bit of olive oil across the top. Some people do an egg wash. I don't like the shiny Stromboli. And then I'm gonna sprinkle salt and pepper, and that's going in the oven. I'm doing like a bonus one. This is just broccoli and cheese. You can sub out spinach. I cooked broccoli and chopped it up pretty small. I am gonna put ricotta cheese. I can't get the thing. This is gonna be my 13th reason why. Use whatever kind of cheese you have. Mozzarella, provolone. At Aldi, and they had this thick cut mild white cheddar, and I just had to get it, so it'll melt nicely, and I think that the little bit of sharpness will be good with the broccoli. I have my ricotta cheese, and I just take a big spoonful and then I use my finger to put little dollops across it. Trader Joe's, people are gonna fight me in the comments, the best ricotta ever. It's my favorite. I'm not sure if I mentioned, this is just salt and pepper, that the broccoli is cooked. I cooked it in salt water, which adds a little bit of flavor. I'm doing a little bit of red pepper flakes as well. Alternatively, this can just be a pizza. Just put the broccoli and everything. Well, I would put it on a sheet pan first, obviously. But it's fantastic. Same drill. Roll it. This is gonna be so good. This one, I have olive oil, a little bit of locatelli cheese, of course, salt, black pepper, and literally, Shelly, if you're watching, this is how much herbs de Provence I have left. You could use Italian seasoning. Vent holes, also going in the oven. This is all done. It took about a half an hour. One minor little blowout here. I'm gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes before we cut into it. Per usual, I missed kickoff because I was in the kitchen. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this looks and smells amazing. Paper, because who has time for friggin' dishes today? Little bit of a blowout on the broccoli cheese, but not enough that I couldn't pick it up. So hot I can hardly touch it. They don't really care about this broccoli cheese one, although I do think Nate'll like it. He's standing behind the camera. Oh yeah. That looks so effing good, doesn't it? He's like grinning back there. A couple sweet peppers for the side. I need you guys to see what's happening here. They're like waiting for me.
Try mine too. Hot.
Keep it in your mouth.
Hold on.
Shit's good. I do make a good Stromboli. I do. This one's gonna burn my face off. Dude. Every time I make a vegetarian one, that one ends up being my favorite. Oh, so hot. All right, go birds. Wish me luck tomorrow.